Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm excited to announce a new partnership with one of my favorite Bible apps called Dwell and give you an inside look at everything it has to offer. Alright, I'm excited today to share with you about Dwell. I'm going to grab my phone in a moment and walk you through the app. If you've never seen it before, it's really cool. If you have, they've got some new features that I'm excited to show you. But first, this new partnership that I have with Dwell. So basically, this is pretty simple. When you have a YouTube channel like I do, when it's been growing like it has the last couple of years, a lot of folks reach out to me and say, hey, can we partner with you? Usually that's, hey, we'll give you a free this and you try to sell it to your audience. For example, somebody sent me a request they said, we'll send you a free home security system and you can sell it to your audience, and for every person that signs up, we'll give you X amount of dollars. You know what? I'd love to have a nice security system for my home, but I don't really want to spend my time on this channel trying to sell you security systems. That doesn't really fit with the mission and the vision of my channel, because I want to help you find a Bible that's right for you. I want to help you apply the Bible to your life. So literally multiple times a week, I get emails and I say, thanks, but no thanks. But a couple months ago, I got a message from the co-founder of Dwell, the audio Bible app, a guy named Jonathan. And he said, hey, I love your channel. I like what you're doing. Can I talk to you about potential partnership opportunities? So he and I hopped on this Zoom call. Honestly, we were on the phone, on the call, the Zoom call, for probably almost an hour and a half. And we spent most of that time just getting to know one another. And I was telling him about some plans that I have for my channel that I haven't shared with anyone, and some ideas for my book and things like that. And he was just giving me wisdom and advice and encouragement. It was really, really cool. But then we also started talking about how can we partner together? And so what we're doing is really simple. I'm going to talk about Dwell in videos like this. I might mention it in some other videos, and I'm going to put a link in the video description, or I'm going to put a link in my bio on Instagram and Facebook. And it's very simple. If you click that link and you go and download the Dwell app and put it on your phone, or you sign up for one of their subscriptions, Dwell is going to give me a small percentage of whatever money they make off of that from you. So they're not paying me up front. I'm not trying to push things on you real hard. It's just, if you look at Dwell and go, oh, that's something I'm interested in, that's something like that I'd like to have in my life, and if you use the link that's on one of my videos or social media posts, then I will get a small cut of that. I'm not really doing this to make money. I'm doing this because I like Jonathan, I like Dwell, and it's a natural fit for some sort of partnership for me to tell you about something, an app that I already use, that I really like, and that I think that you could get a lot out of. And again, it fits with the vision and the mission of my channel. As my channel has grown, I'm trying to figure out how to steward this well and to honor God and to open myself up to potential partnerships that make sense. So if you scroll into the video notes on any one of my videos on YouTube, there's links about how you can subscribe to my channel, become a member, sign up for my newsletter, but there's also going to be some partnership links. You'll see a link to Dwell where you can find out. You click that link. If you're on your phone, it'll just go to the app page, that sort of thing. If you're on your laptop, it'll go to their website. But that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. So it's really, really simple. So, and then before I dive into the app, I'll say this. Mostly I talk on my channel about physical copies of the Bible because there's so many great Bibles out there. Obviously, I love the Bible. But there's also great opportunities for really cool Bible apps, particularly audio Bible apps. I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time in my car every single week. I listen to podcasts, I listen to books on tape, and because of Dwell, I can listen to the Bible. I take walks around my neighborhood. I mow my grass. Here's a good example. In a couple months, I've actually already recorded an episode of the She Reads Truth podcast. It's coming out in August. But as I prepared to go through and talk through the book of Galatians with Amanda and Rachel from She Reads Truth, I fired up Dwell one day while I was mowing the grass and just listened to Galatians a couple of times so I could, literally no pun intended, dwell on the book of Galatians as I prepared to go talk about it for that podcast. It's just a really cool app. So here we go. I've got my phone pulled up. This is my little Bible section on my phone. I've got a lot of different Bible apps. Dwell is up here at number 1. It's going to open right up to the home page. So this is what you see when you log in. Right at the beginning, Dwell Daily is some daily devotionals that they've added. So if I click this, you see there's a little 5, 6, 7-minute daily devotional where you can listen to your devotional for the day. It's really awesome. Down here, you can meet some of the devotional guides. So there's Viv, Jessica. Hey, there's John. That's Jonathan, the co-founder of Dwell. So he's one of the voices that you can hear on this app. A couple of new things that they have added right here are some really cool guided prayer content using scripture. I've talked about Lectio Divina on my channel before. They also have these breath prayers in this little gray rectangle down here. So these are different guided audio, like little mini podcasts almost, that use scripture to kind of guide you through a reflective prayer time using scripture as a part of it. I've been messing around with these, kind of listening to them. I really, really like these. They are a little bit longer. Most of the Lectio Divinas are like 15 minutes long. And so it allows you to kind of like immerse yourself in the Bible. It's very slow. It's very reflective. It's got some nice underbed music onto it. I like it a lot. Down here you have some daily essentials. Sleep to scripture is something cool if you want to use the sleep timer in the app and fall asleep listening to scripture. That's a cool option. Now I'm going to jump over to Explore. The Explore tab is where you can really see everything that the app has to offer. So it starts right now, it's got Lectio Divina up top because it's new, daily essentials, the daily plans. If you are Anglican, they have a daily reading plan that follows your reading plan. Catholic, Episcopal, Orthodox, Protestants, all these different daily listening plans like that. Bible in a Year plans. If I go back up here at the top and click plans, you'll see Bible in a Year at the very top. So there's all these different Bible in a Year plans. So the first one's called the Straight Through plan. We're just going to read the Bible straight through in 365 days. If I click these three dots and then add it to my favorites, I'll show you in a minute where you can quickly access that. So this is like, you can listen to the Bible in a reading plan just like you could if you had a reading plan where you were reading through the Bible. And you can also read in this app too. I'm going to show you that in a moment. So you've got the plans, Bible in a Year, daily, 5 minutes, 7-day plans, 30-day plans. You've got devotionals. That's in here. There's a little tab for that same devotional content. There's one here for Lent. There's one for Advent. So different devotional stuff that's specific to seasonal. They've got some curated playlists. I like this. So peaceful Psalms, 21 tracks about prayer. That's an 8-minute little playlist about prayer with a bunch of different scriptures from throughout the Bible. So you've got playlists like that. There's a prayer tab up there, the sleep tab I mentioned. There's just so much curated content in here that you can find something and follow along. I really, really like this. There's the Bible recap. So my friend Tara Lee Cobble has this great book called the Bible Recap. They've got the audio reading plan in here so you can follow along and read the passages for the day in audio. So you have all of this content that's curated for you, playlists, plans, all that stuff. But you can also just hop in and read the Bible. So if you click Bible down at the very bottom middle, I had it opened up to Matthew. So you've got the Old Testament, all the books straight through. You've got the New Testament, all the books straight through. And then you just click on it. So I'll click on Luke. I'm going to start in Luke chapter 1. It's automatically going to start playing. Here we go.
A narrative about the events that have been fulfilled among us.
So I've got mine set to the voice of Amber reading the CSB as my default, but you can do a lot. So I'm going to turn my volume down real quick and then press play. So she's reading, but then if you swipe to the right, she will stop reading, and now you can just read. So you can read the scripture as well. It's not just audio. You can also do both. So if I go back to listen, I'm going to turn her back up.
Carefully investigated everything from the
now if I click this bottom right little box, now she's reading and it's showing up verse by verse on the screen. Is that not cool? So that's the read along feature that they have. So I can close that out, press pause. So you can listen, you can read, or you can read along while you're listening. Now down here at the bottom, you see if I click Amber CSB, now I'll show you that they have Amber and Austin, a couple of different voices for the CSB. They've got 4 different voices for the ESV. They've got the International Children's Bible in here. They've got 3 KJV voices, the Message, the NASB, 2 NIVs, 2 NKJVs, 2 NLTs, the NRSV. They've got a Spanish translation, the NVI. They've got a Brazilian translation, the NVI in Portuguese. And they've got the Reina Valera, so that's a Spanish, kind of similar to the KJV. The last time I talked about Dwell on my channel, they did not have this many translations. So they've continued to add translations and voices. Then you have over here the music. I have it set to random. So they have this undercurrent, this bed of music and different sounds that you can play while you're listening. So I just have it set to random, so it changes every single time. But you can also use like brown noise, fireplace, rain, and you don't have to have that at all. You can just turn that off if you don't want to use it. All of this is controlled at the very bottom by that little control tab. So you have the voice and the version, the background music, then you can customize the sound. So the voice I have it full, the music I have really, really small, so it's just kind of faintly in the background. The sleep timer is what you use if you want to have it turn off after a few minutes when you're falling asleep. The repeat function allows you to repeat a passage, a book, a playlist, or a plan, so it's going to go back whichever one you set it to be. I like the reflect one because you can turn this on and it will create a little bit of silence between verses or between tracks depending on what you want, and you can customize how long that silence is. You see I have the chime on. The chime just tells me that I'm in a new chapter, so it kind of gives you a new, I have the chime set to, a new chapter or playlist. And the dynamic background is, it's just an app setting where it kind of changes from light to dark, that sort of thing, while you're using it, depending on time of day. So that's the functionality of it. It's really, really beautiful. It's like the Spotify of Bible apps. I love it a lot. And then if I go back out here to search, the search tab is just a place for you to search for anything. If you remembered, oh, I really liked that one or that verse, you can find it. And then the Me tab is going to be where you keep all your stuff. So again, favorites, I showed you earlier, I saved the plan. If I click favorites, there at the top is the straight through plan. I've already saved the walking playlist because, as I mentioned, I like to walk around my neighborhood, so sometimes I fire up that playlist when I'm walking my dog Louie around the neighborhood. And then I saved the Sermon on the Mount. That was one of the playlists that they created because my pastor is preaching through the Sermon on the Mount this summer. So I decided I was going to listen to it as much as I could along the way, just to kind of dwell, again, no pun intended, to dwell on the Sermon on the Mount. So you have that. You can download certain portions of the app so you don't have to have access to the internet. You have the different playlists that you can save. I don't have any of those playlists saved like there. Your subscribed plans. You can create a queue where if you're, say, I want to listen to Matthew chapter 4 and then I want to hop over to Luke chapter 7. You can do that if you want. You can queue it up so it'll go through. And then you can do like continue listening to the things I started listening to, listen again, recent favorites, those sorts of things. It's really awesome. Like they do such a great job. It's beautifully curated. It's easy to use. As you can see right here, once you get the hang of it, it's like you can jump around and find your place really quickly. So you just familiarize yourself with it. Now, Dwell is not free. You can, if you download it at the App Store, use that link, you can get a free 7-day trial, but then there is an annual membership or a lifetime membership. I have the lifetime membership. I love it. I'm going to be using Dwell for a long time. So you can find out by clicking that link what the cost is for the different plans. Sometimes they run sales and stuff like that, but to me, it's definitely worth it. It's high quality. It's really well curated, great customer service, really awesome people. And I think it's definitely something that's worth investing a little bit in so that you can have it on the regular and use it really well. But I love this app. I love Dwell. I'm excited to be partnering with them. And honestly, they just saw my channel and saw it as something that was valuable for the work that I'm doing to share about Bibles with you. And again, something that I've been using for a while that I really like, and I'm really proud to be partnering with them and be able to share more about it with you. So if you have any thoughts or questions, leave a comment and I will get back to you with a response. If you haven't come and found me on social media, I'll put links in the video description to Instagram and Facebook. Please come say hi, and definitely check out the link in the video description. I'll put it down in the partnership links, but I'll also put it for this video up at the top of the video so you can click that link for my partnership with Dwell if you want to check it out. Just click that and it'll take you to the right place. This was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again to John and everyone at Dwell. So excited to be partnering with you guys. So excited to share about your incredible app here on my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.